video. And by the title, you probably already know that this is my first story time. I'm really excited and nervous. I wanted to do this story time for the longest, but I was just so concerned about what people thought about me and who was watching it. But this video just really shows how much I've grown, and it's a really funny story. At least it's funny to me. Like, the series of events in this story is just really weird and funny, I guess. So we're gonna get right into it. This is going to be this time I skipped school and got caught with boys. Before we get into the video, make sure that you check out my latest videos. Follow me on all my social medias and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on all of this. And also put that notification on, and now we can get into the video. Okay, boom. Yo, I love when Justin does that. So it was a regular smuggler day. I need to stop playing. Okay, so it was me and like 5 or 4 other of my friends. And every morning we would wake up and just meet up all at Latasha house. We're gonna call her Latasha. We'd all meet up at Latasha house. We would just meet up there, help each other out. Maybe if we didn't do our hair at our house, we'd do our hair real quick, you know, just hang out before school basically. And then we'd all meet up and we would go to school. So this particular day, we were just kind of, you know, in the middle of the week when you're just like, oh, I really don't want to go to school. Like, I really don't go to school. So it's like that kind of vibe between all of us. Like, we were all feeling that way because it was at the middle of the week. It had to be either Wednesday or Thursday because I remember the next day I had to go to school. That's just how everyone was feeling. And this was in 6th grade. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. This was in 6th grade. I was like basically a freshman to middle school. We all got dressed. We all met up at Latasha house. We were on our way to school. Like, the plan, we didn't do this. This wasn't a beforehand plan to just not go to school. We were planning on going to school. We were planning on being good little girls, you know. We all got together. We were on our way to school. Usually we would like meet up with Latasha's boyfriend at the time and some of his friends, and we would just walk to school, basically just in a big group, just walk to school. We were just standing on the corner of this block. It wasn't really a corner, it was like the middle of the sidewalk. We were just standing there, and I remember like we were just talking, waiting for everybody to just meet up. And I don't know who came up with the idea. I feel like it was Latasha though. Like, to be honest, I feel like it was Latasha. Because she's always coming up with them ideas that's gonna get you in trouble. Like, we all met up and we were just chilling, waiting, and either she came with the idea or we all just like, yo, like, you just go do it. It was either all of us or her. I don't know who came with the idea. I really don't know how it started, but I remember us just standing there and was like, yo, we don't want to go to school today. And then it was like, if we don't go to school, won't they call home? Because, you know, when you don't go to school, you get that call home that's like, oh, we thought like that was gonna happen. We didn't go. No, we can't do that. Like, I'm not trying to call home. No. So then what we didn't realize is none of our emergency cards were updated yet. Like, I don't know why. It was the end of the year, so I don't know why it wasn't updated. But yeah, so none of the things were updated. So I'm like, well, they only have my house phone number. Nobody answers that. So I'm cool. Like, they don't have my mom's cell phone number. I'm cool if I don't go to school today. Then other girl was like, yeah, mine's not updated. Like, she was like, yeah, they only got my mom's old cell phone. I don't know, everything just worked together because it was either they only had the house phone number, nobody answers their house phone, they didn't have an updated cell phone number. So we're just like, we can do this, like, we can get away with this. So we just all chilling, like, okay, we can do this, but like, who else we gonna chill out? We can't just be walking around with our book bags, because our plan was to go to school. So we had our school clothes on, we wore uniforms, so we had our school uniform on, we had our book bags. Like, if someone see us walking around the streets with our book bags and stuff, they're gonna know that we're skipping. So we're just like, where are we gonna go? Like, we gotta be in somebody's house, we can't just be walking around. Latasha was like, oh, my mom about to go to work and whatever, and we could just wait till she leave and go. So we was like, cool. We were like waiting at the back of Latasha's house in like her alleyway, but it was like her alleyway was connected to another alleyway, so we were like under someone's balcony, like just chilling. And we're like, we could see her mom drive by if her mom left, but her mom wouldn't see us. So we just chilling under there, talking, playing around. Now it's me, my 4 other friends who are girls, and then Latasha's boyfriend. We're all there chilling, and we're just talking or whatever, just playing around. And her mom not trying to leave. So her mom was taking like forever to leave, and we're just like, we've been here for like a long time. It had to be like 45 minutes to an hour just sitting there under someone's balcony, like, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I think, I'm not really sure if this happened before or after, but I remember we went to one of my friend Rachel, we're gonna call her Rachel. We went to Rachel's house, and because Rachel was like, oh, my brother's home, but they don't really care, like they're not gonna snitch on me or anything. So we went to Rachel's house. We were in Rachel's basement, but it was really dark, and everyone, like, I remember this like the back of my hand, dog. We were all down there, and like everyone was like, yo, like something moving. Like, I don't know. I don't know if something was really moving or if they were just playing around, but they were just like, yo, something moving. Like, you hear that out of nowhere? Everybody just ran out the back door because someone thought it was like a mouse or a rat down there. So we just all ran out the back door or whatever, and we was like, we not staying here or whatever. And we decided to walk back to Latasha's house and see if her mom was gone yet. So I don't know, her mom wasn't gone yet or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't think her mom was gone yet. So we was like, oh, we're just gonna walk down to, at the bottom of Latasha's street was her boyfriend's house. So it was like, this is her block, and then it was another block connected, and that was her boyfriend's block. So we went down there, and we were walking. He was like, oh, we could stay at his house because no one, like, we didn't have nowhere to go, and we couldn't like stay outside because we were gonna get caught. So he attempted to go into his house, but he didn't have his keys. And then he had a garage door that he tried to open, but that was locked. So we ended up not having, like, we couldn't stay there. So if you go farther down past, like, down Latasha's block, if you just continue going, because here's his block, but her block, like, cuts through his block and goes straight down. It was the woods, you know. It was just this wood area. It had, like, a lake or something there, and it connected to Philly. Like, if you go through the woods, cross this little bridge thing, you can go to Philly, and there's, like, this little pool thing. Because we lived in Upper Darby, which is really close to Philly. So if you just cross there, you would be in Philly. Anyway, so we're like walking in the woods, and we see this old guy, and he's like, oh, you guys got to get out of here. He was like, the police is coming. So all they really heard was the police was coming, and he started running. But I heard him, he was like, the police is coming because someone abandoned a pit bull in the woods, and he called the police to come get the dog. And I'm just like what the hell? So they start running. I'm running because I'm not trying to be left behind or anything. So we're all running, and we cut out of the woods on this little like pathway that led to this street behind the AA field. If you live in Philly, if you live in Upper Darby, you know like what I'm talking about. But there's a street behind the AA field, and we like cut through it, and there's these apartment buildings right there. So we're like, her boyfriend was like, oh, there's this hole in the gate where the apartments is, so we don't have to walk on the main road, because the little street that we cut off on was connected to the main road where like cars was driving by and stuff, and we didn't try and get caught by nobody's parents or the police or anything. So we were like, okay, we could just cut through the gate. But when we got there, they had sealed up the gate. It must have been a hole from a long time ago, because they had sealed up the gate by now. And it was like, all right, now we're just gonna have to hop it. So we're playing around, and we see this guy, Comcast guy, like he was probably going to put like cable in somebody's apartment or something, and we're like, yo, he gonna snitch. We just playing around, whatever. And so we all start hopping the gate, and Rachel couldn't hop the gate. So Rachel's like, I can't do this. And Rachel's always making these weird facial expressions, dog. So she can't hop the gate. We're like, just hop it. Like, put your foot through the little hole. Because you know how gates have those little, they're made up of a lot of little like square holes and stuff. So we're just like, put your foot in the hole and just climb. Like, all of us was already on the other side. She was the only one on the other side of the gate. So we trying to help her and stuff. But it just became funny, like, and we were all laughing. So she can have the gate. She finally gets up to the gate, and like, she finally gets to the top of the gate, and she just needs to like jump over now, like climb over. And she's just up there like, yo, I can't do this. I can't do this. So she finally jumps up, and her shirt gets caught on the gate, and now she has a big hole in her shirt. Oh my gosh, we were all dying because like she has a big hole in her shirt, and when she go home, her mom's gonna be like, why do you have when you left this morning, you didn't have a hole in your shirt. Like, why do you have your hole in your shirt now? What is she gonna tell her? Like, I fell and my shirt ripped. I don't know. So she had this little sweater, and she kind of just like wrapped the sweater around her or whatever, so that the hole wasn't really being seen or whatever. So we start walking. So we're in front of the AA field. It's this little water ice stand. Next to the water ice stand is the street. So we're walking up the street, and we walked past Stonehurst, which was like my elementary school, and we walked past Stonehurst, and right in front of Stonehurst is like this row of houses or whatever. And I walk by, like, I'm in front of everybody. I walk by, my head is down. I'm just trying to like get this day over with. I'm not trying to get caught. And I just hear all my friends in the back like, hey Max, hey Max, hey Max, like, hey Max. And I'm like, who y'all saying hi to? Because Max is my brother's name, like older brother name. And they're just like, hey Max, hey Max, hey Max. And I'm like, who y'all saying hi to? Like, what are you talking? Like, I stopped and I was like, who y'all saying hi to? So they was like, oh, Max. And I'm like, my brother Max? And they're like, yeah, he right there. And I started running. Well, I wasn't really running, but I started like speed walking, like really fast. And there was like, why you acting like he gonna snitch on you? And I'm just like, I didn't really like say anything. I was like, I don't know. I didn't really know if he was gonna tell or anything. I just was like scared, like I got caught. Like I got caught skipping school because I was really goody two shoes, you know. I did everything good. So me skipping school was just like, it was. It had me paranoid. Like I'm destroying my reputation. So I'm just like all paranoid. I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, he gonna tell my mom. He gonna tell my mom. Is he gonna tell my mom? It's like I didn't really know if he was gonna tell her or not. I was just scared because I never did this before. So they walked by, whatever. We got over it. I got over it. I started like, he already seen me, whatever. I'll deal with it when I go home. So we walked back to Latasha's house, and now no one's home. The coast is clear. So we're in Latasha's house, and we go upstairs. The guy's downstairs, and Rachel was downstairs. Like, nobody went upstairs in Latasha's room or anything other than us, me, Latasha, we're gonna call the other girl Jade, and Abby. We're gonna call her Abby. That's really close to her name, but who cares? So we're all upstairs or whatnot, and I'm like taking off my school shirt, and I took a sweat. I had a tank top on under my school shirt, so I took one of Latasha's sweaters and I just put that on just so it didn't look like, you know, I had school clothes on. So I had shorts on, which I was already planning on wearing to school, and then my tank top and a sweater, you know. So like we all just swapping stuff, trying to make it look like we didn't have school clothes and putting our clothes in our bag. So we did that. We all go downstairs and we're like, oh, we're gonna order food, we're gonna watch TV, it's gonna be cool. Like, it was only around like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It was like around 1, like, because yeah, it was around 1. We got out at 2:41. So all we had to do was get through 1 more hour and the coast was clear. Other than the fact that the guy was in the house. So just know that the guy was in the house. So we ordered all this food. We ordered all this food because everybody has some type of money with them. We just put all the money together and we just ordered all this food. We ordered like 2 large General's toast chicken. I know it was like 3 large fries, a big thing of soda. Like, it was a lot of food. Fried chicken. It was a lot of food. When I say a lot of food, like, it's still hurting me today. Like, it's just, so we ordered all this food and we just chilling. I was sitting down. Then it was like, I think Rachel was standing up next to me, and then Abby and Jade was sitting down also or whatever. And then in the middle was Latasha. Well, it was the boy. We're gonna call him John. We're gonna call him John. So John's sitting down and Latasha's sitting on John's lap. So we're just sitting down. We're looking for movies to watch or something, and Latasha has wooden stairs outside of her house. She has a wooden porch and stairs. So if someone steps on it, you're gonna hear it before they open the door. And right in front in Latasha's living room is the door to her basement. So our plan was, if we got caught, run in the basement. Like, well, the boy could run in the basement because that was the only thing that we were worried about. If we get caught, he had to run in the basement. You know, that was just all that was gonna happen. So nobody heard the steps move. Maybe we were being too loud and talking or whatever. And her mom's boyfriend has the key to her house, so he opens the door and sees all of us just chilling, relaxing, and the boy sitting down. And Latasha, as soon as he opened the door, Latasha jumps up off of his lap and is standing now. So the boyfriend basically told the boy to get out, like, and he gets out to walk out, and the boyfriend, the mom's boyfriend, picks him his shirt up, like, grip him up, and just like, don't come here ever again. And he leave or whatever. And now he told all of us to leave. He told all of us to get out. He didn't know that we skipped school. He just thought like maybe he had an early dismissal, but he was just really mad at the fact that the boy was in the house. So yeah, so he told all of us to leave or whatever. So all of us leave. We get our stuff, we get our book bags and stuff, and we just leave, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get, like, I'm just like, like, this is not going well. Like, I went home, my brother was there, my sister was there. My brother was like, I remember, like, he said something about me skipping school today, and he told my sister, and my sister was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I remember having to wash his pots, because he was in charge of, like, watching the pots or whatever, and I ended up washing his pots. And I think I washed all the dishes that day, because my sister was supposed to wash the dishes, and my brother was supposed to wash the pots. I just remember washing dishes. Like, I guess that was my punishment, or, like, my little thing I had to do so they can keep my secret or whatever. But later on that night, I remember I was in my mom's room. She had to sign my papers or whatever for school. So she's signing my papers or whatever. And she get a call. So she get a call. And it's Latasha's mom. And she didn't, at first I didn't know who it was. But I heard Latasha's mom's voice. And I'm like, oh, like, I should just make a run for it. Like, I should just run. So then my mom's like, you didn't go to school today? And I started crying. Like, I started bawling out my eyes. Bawling. So what happened was, Latasha's mom took Latasha's phone and was calling all the moms' parents, because we were always hanging out, so we always had our mom's phone numbers saved in each other's phone in case anything happened, in case we need to call, in case we was like, oh, we're running late from the here and here. So like, so she didn't have all of our numbers. She had me and Jade number in her phone. Well, Jade's mom number in her phone, our mother's number in their phone. So our mothers were the only moms that were called, right? On the other hand, Rachel got away with it. Nothing happened. Her mom did ask her about the hole in the shirt. I forgot her lie that she made up, but it was cool. Whatever. She got away with it. She didn't get in trouble. And on the other hand, Abby didn't get in trouble. I don't think she got in trouble or anything. Yeah, she was cool. She didn't get in trouble. She got away with it. So I started crying. My mom said, I'm going to take your phone. She took my phone. But I had an iPad and a laptop, so it wasn't really a big deal. Plus, I'm not really a phone person anyway, so. And I couldn't go outside for like a week or something. But I remember that weekend I told her, hey, I'm going to Latasha's house. And she was like, okay. All right, so this is basically what happened. So Latasha's mom told her that she couldn't go outside. She was on punishment. I think she was on punishment for like 2 weeks or something. They took her phone. But Latasha also had an iPad also. I'm not an iPad also. So we downloaded this texting app, and that's how we were all texting each other and stuff. And what happened, because we were texting each other that day when everything happened, what happened is our food came. Her mom's boyfriend took all the food. I don't know where he took it, and all he left was the cold behind cheese fries. Like, you know, you can't eat cheese fries after it get cold. Like, I was just thinking, like, damn, that food would have been so good. Like, what a shame, what a shame. But that's basically what happened. And the next day when we had school, I had brought Latasha her sweater and stuff. We couldn't meet up at Latasha's house anymore, so we met up at like the corner of her block or something like that. It was just me and her walking to school that day, I think. Me, her, and Jade, I think. I think everyone else either got a ride or was running late. No, we were running late. I don't know what it was, but I remember it wasn't all of us together this time. And so yeah, we were just walking to school. She was basically just telling me what happened or whatever, and my mom got called or whatever. I was on punishment, which didn't last long because I don't never do anything wrong. So when you punish me, it's like it's nothing. It was nothing to me because it wasn't like I wasn't the type of kid that was always outside, always doing stuff. But like, if Latasha was on punishment and I was on punishment, then it wasn't really a big deal to be in the house, honestly. Now, the only other place I went when I was outside of the house was Latasha's house. And if she's in punishment, I'm in punishment, hey, like, it's not really a big deal. So that's basically how I was feeling. I was like, it could have been worse, you know. It could have been worse, you know. But so she was on punishment. We couldn't meet up at her house for a long time. And that Saturday, she was like, oh, my mom's boyfriend left or whatever. You should come over. And I go over, and I was always in her house, like, cooking and stuff. And I remember this like it was yesterday, dog. I went over her house, and he had walked in. Like, Bo always popping up. Like, he had walked in, and I'm just standing there in the kitchen, and he's just like, get out. Like, he just looked me dead in my face and like, get out. And I'm like, all right. Like, I can't tell him, like, no, I'm not leaving your house. I'm just like, all right, bye, Latasha. Like, I gotta go. So I just left when I went home, and we were texting each other, and she was like, da-da-da-da. Like, we were just talking about the situation and stuff. And that's basically the end of the story. I got caught with boys, and I skipped school. Oh, and I remember the next day, I don't know who told everybody that we skipped, but it was like, yo, y'all skip school. Like, everybody's being nosy, like, oh, you skip school, like, you skip school, like, you skip school. I was just looking at everybody like, no, I didn't skip school, with my little smirk on my face. No, I didn't skip school. I didn't do that. I was just had a little smirk on my face, and I'm just telling everybody, no, like, I didn't skip school, I didn't skip school. I don't know who told them, like, I don't know what happened, but everybody just like, you skip school, like, you skip school, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, no, I didn't skip school, shut up. But yeah, that's basically what happened. Rachel and Abby got away with it. I got in trouble. Latasha got in trouble, and and Jade got in trouble also. She was on punishment too, and I think she kept her phone. They could let her keep her phone, but she did get in trouble. She was on punishment for like 2 weeks. But that is the end of the video. I hope you guys like this video. If you want more story times, make sure that you comment below, like this video, and follow me on all my social medias. I will have them here or here somewhere. And I really hope you guys like this video because I really thought it was interesting. But the moral of the story is, don't skip school, guys. And you know, it really wasn't worth it, to be honest. Like, it was one day. I had to go back to school the next day, so it wasn't really it was nothing. Don't skip school. Don't skip school. But remember to always be beautiful and love yourself. That is the end.